Peace, peace, peace. What's happening? It's your brother Key. It is Monday, November 4th, 1:51 p.m. or 13:51 if you're on military time and Eastern Standard Time. And I'm glad that you are here with me today. I just finished taking pictures of one of my books, one of my journals. I would like to call it my alchemy journal. That's actually what I put it as. And I'm just going to show you one page so you kind of get a grasp of what's in this book. I overstand, I see, I speak, I love, I do, I feel, I am. And the reason why I'm showing you that is just so you know that we're covering everything from crown to sole of our feet, from top to bottom, bottom to top. And as I was going through this book, I was taking pictures of everything because I'm getting it ready for the classes that I will be conducting. And also, like just try not to get caught up in the past. I was really tempted to read through this journal and, get lost in it, but I have to stay on point, stay focused because if I happen to start looking at this, then I'm gonna start reading and then I'm gonna get all into my emotions or my feelings or maybe just into the past, and I'm doing my best to stay present. I did, however, want to speak on something that I found. Now, here is my schedule from when I was going to BMCC. And I sat here and I was looking at it, and I had a total, like I had it down to the T, y'all, when it came to making my schedule and really pushing myself like to see how functional I could be in school, but also like what's the best way I can be successful. Did I graduate from college? I did not. I actually failed in my attempts of, you know, going to college and graduating for I pretty much believe I began college in 2019 or 18, one of the two. And 2020 is when I left. I attempted and I tried to go back, I think like 2022 or 23, and that didn't work out. So when I was looking at this, I had a total weekly of 7 hours and 30 minutes in class. I had three classes on Monday. I had one class on Tuesday, two classes on Wednesday, and one class on Thursday. No classes on Friday or Saturday or Monday. Or Sunday. I had a philosophy 100 class on Monday. I had an English 345 modern poetry. On Monday, I had mathematics, literacy. On Monday, on Tuesday, I had um com, which is communications, which was my major. Com 240, interpersonal communications. On Tuesday, I was like the only class. Then on Wednesday, I had philosophy 100, mathematics Wednesday, and Thursday, English again, modern poetry. Why am I reading you this? I'm reading you this because I literally gave it my all. Like, I legitimately tried my best during that time when it came to me trying to go to college and get my classes going. I even had some stuff up here too. Keep in mind study hours, meal times, socializing times, extracurricular activity time, rest time, extra help, and my goal was all A's. My first day of school was August 28th, 2000 so it was 2023. August 28th, 2003, and it said goal is all A's, go the extra mile. You see, I'm not lying, you guys, it's right there. And I tried and I failed. And what I mean, that was probably one of the I really felt bad because I actually really went, I was looking for help. I was talking to different counselors, you know, I was in like a different club. I was speaking to students, individuals who was there, anybody that had gone through similar difficulties as me, and it was tough. It was very tough failing. Well, actually, I just left. Honestly, I got took a no credit on all my classes and I left. And school has always been a challenge for me. Going to over 10 different schools, over 12 actually. I'm pretty sure it's like I always tell people 14, 15. It's around there. It's like it's between 12 and it's between 10 and 15 different schools before I even got to college. So school has always been a roller coaster. I don't want to say difficult because it has not always been difficult for me. I would not say inconsistent because I did not miss 1 year of school from since I was first enrolled in like kindergarten to college. Like I never missed an entire year of semester. I missed days when I was in high school, but I never missed. I was never kicked out of a school either. It was simply because I had to deal with coming from a broken home. Like my mother and my father was not together like in the best way. So like because of that, as a result, I was constantly being moved around. My sister had a little bit more consistency than I did because she was living in Grenada at the time. And I was the one that was bouncing around to a whole bunch of different elementary schools, a bunch of different junior high schools. I'm told, and not just in New York either. Like I was going, excuse me, from state to state. At one point, I was in Grenada. I remember in third grade. Um, I looked exactly the way I do now. Like literally, it was just 20 years ago. And it was just it was a lot, to be able to go through that and still try to mentally prepare myself to knock out good grades on all my classes. Like it was borderline impossible. It was very difficult. And when I didn't get good grades, it was like I would get punished. It was like, oh, like you're the issue. I'm like, you okay? I probably was. I was rambunctious. I was not in the same place long enough to develop friends or even to be on a team or anything like that or stay in a club. So why am I saying all of this? The reason why college was so difficult was because I had a track record that supported how difficult it would be for me. Not always having the best studying patterns because I wasn't around or sitting down long enough to study, right? I just got through it on my brain patterns. And one of the biggest things you have to do in college is study. And I did not know how to study. I'd fall asleep, my head would be down, or I would just be straight up tired. That part of my brain wasn't being exercised and it wasn't working out for years. So when I went to college, no matter if it was an Ivy League or if it was just a regular community college, which was a community college, it didn't matter. To take a whole bunch of material that I was not interested in, sit down and study it, study things that I should have learned over 10 years ago, but now I have to relearn the material after years of being out of school, balance my life, have a good eating pattern, sleep well, be able to converse with people, right? Still try to have some type of fun and enjoy it all. It felt impossible. It felt impossible. And I always do my best to make a plan and follow through that plan when it comes to like something as serious as education. So, as I learned that it's okay to have failed, like especially when it wasn't all the way my fault. Like if I could have, I would have picked one school, stayed in that school, been on different teams, probably would have had a few girlfriends. I would have went to college at the age of 18, probably would have been married already and all of this stuff. Like all of that probably would have been my destiny. Who knows? Or maybe it was absolutely not in the cards for me to do any of that because I needed to be here now. And as a result of being, being not the best scholar and being actually the complete opposite, I saw as I got older the need, the necessity for that part of my brain to be active, like the scholar in me, the person that studies, that researches things outside of just like my own comprehension. Like I'm reading something that somebody else wrote, a study from someone else, so someone else's point of view, and then I take it in and I learn and I compare it to what I know, and I put the two together or contrast them, whatever. Like that's school, low key, or just studying. That's just life. For a long time, that was stolen from me, which means going twice as hard now is just like it's just a gift. So writing things writing things down, you know, like notes that looks like school notes, like, and teaching people, like it's kind of ironic that I'm aspiring to be a teacher and to help people just be better. Like I'm not, I like to say I'm a mental health rehabilitation and liberation life coach, but I'm just doing my best to be an example of what it's like when you don't give up. Like don't give up. Even though you do, you really don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You may be like, all right, you got it for now, but then you come back stronger. You feel me? So that's really the point of just everything I be doing, even with these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be here to try and talk y'all ears off, but for the one person that really needs it, the one person that actually needs to know, like you better not give up, motherfucker. You better not, you better not say I can't. You better not say, all right, it's game over. And maybe you know what? Matter of fact, maybe you can't. But what did you learn? Because it's like I failed college. I don't know. I might go back. I might not. That shit sucked, bro. I hated going to college at one point. Like I loved it, and then out of nowhere, I just hated it. Like that last year that I went, I had a professor that mentally caused me to have like seizures, bro. Like I was having seizures in class and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up because my spirit was that disturbed. Like I was that out of sync. I was trying to digest very complicated, complex spiritual information that I really didn't agree with, and my body was rejecting, and I'm catching seizures in class. Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody wants to hear your computer or my computer, my mental computer, or my mental programming was either not advanced enough or just completely rejecting the information because I didn't agree with it. Like I still to this day don't know what was happening to me, but I was sitting in there like this, like I can't. This shit's making my head hurt. Like I had a whole breakdown. I went to the bathroom and broke down. Like bro, like I'm really trying. And like I would come home, and when I'm trying to rest or relax, like I can't because my house was low key hectic at the time. It's just difficult. But nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear, all right, well, you was trying, like, well, you failed. So what are you gonna do now? It's like, motherfucker, I'm trying to get my mind right, trying to get my life together, but it didn't happen. I tried, like, I'm not looking for no happy hooray, but like, give me a moment. Let me breathe. But I never was like getting those breathing moments or like without getting like railed on, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I would get on myself, like, oh man, you failed. Like, I was doing all sorts of unorthodox things while trying to stay in college. Like I remember during the first two semesters or like the first year that I went, I bruh, I was literally swimming in December, like in the pool weekly, multiple times a week, just to put myself in a mental place. I'm talking about when nobody's in the pool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wintertime. I wasn't outside, but it's like that's the type of everybody was balling, playing basketball. I'm in the pool. Literally in the pool. Pushing myself. Doing what I can to find a version of me that can overcome this shit. That can overcome how difficult it is. That can overcome the fact that I am alone in this lane, in this swimming lane. Nobody is in this lane but me. And day by day, even though class, I think that semester I got 3 A's and a C. I was, swimming, and every day I would count down how long it would take me to get to the end. One point, I couldn't even make it halfway through. I stopped. Then the other time, then like after a few more days or a few more weeks, few more days, not even weeks, few more days, I I was able to make it down there, but felt like I was dying. Then I would try and see how fast I can get to the end. Then I would count 30 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, whatever. Then I would hit and see how fast I can get to that wall and then go back without stopping, right? Then I couldn't even do that. So I would have to stop in the middle. Then I would start over again, hit the wall, shoot down like my life was on the line, because it is. So when people ask me like, how do I do it? Or even when I forget sometimes like how I'm doing it, is simply because I had, and excuse my language, but I had a shitty hand, man. I had a hand that was like, you're not gonna learn how to be a great student. You're gonna go through a lot of abusive relationships, broken home. People are not going to understand that you're energetic. They're just going to label you as ADHD, and you're going to be reminded constantly that you aren't that, but you're still going to have to live in the circumstances. It's like going to jail for something I didn't do. And then on top of that, after all of that, you're going to have to become that which you actually needed and pull the gold out of that entire recipe and show people that you was willing to work despite being a failure, despite not having it figured out, despite going through moments where you made promises of not quitting or not falling off, but you just wasn't capable of completing the job. So it was basically like I died. Like I tried, like I went on the mission and failed. Either failed or got clipped. Like I legit tried. So it's like some people try and work hard all their life, and I got to a point where I was like, all right, let me work a little bit more intelligently. And the best way I can do that is working with my strengths. It may take me 10 minutes instead of 5. Shit, it may take me 10 minutes instead of 1 minute. But once I get it, there is no forgetting. There is no losing it. Yeah, it took me 10 minutes. It took you 1 minute. But you only know that one variation, that one angle. I know all the angles. And in fact, because it took me so long to absorb it, I have made it a part of me, and now I can replicate it. You regurgitated it once, it's gone. It's a part of me now, and it's in my actual code, my speech, my mind, and how I breathe. I'm okay with it taking me 10 minutes. So you gotta have that type of confidence in yourself, even when it makes you feel like you're not the best, like you don't got it, you know. But you just have to keep pushing. You have to make it. You can't give up on yourself. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you can't give up. No way. And even if you do give up, even if you do fail, you say, "All right, I'm tapped out." What did you learn? What did you learn from your failure? How is it that we can learn from our failures so that we can come out better? and be winners. Because you got to lose some point and then say, I don't want to lose no more. It may take one time, it may take 10 years of losing, or maybe just one specific event that you just was like, I'm not okay with that. It's not going to happen again. It's your brother Key. I love you. And yeah, it's all right if you fail. I heard Denzel Washington say, if you're gonna fail, fail big. All right. Because at least you learned something from it. All right. I love y'all. Much love, much grace, much prosperity on your journey. And always seek a better version of yourself, even after you fall on your face. You get up, you dust yourself off, and you take an account for your actions and hit them 10 times or 1,000 times harder next time. All right? Be that force of nature. And God be with you on your journey. Peace.